I was born and raised in Trinidad, and my grandmother raised me for most of my life after my parents divorced when I was 2 years old. Eventually, I moved to the US. I was saved at age 12, and from that point, my aunt decided to adopt me and raise me up until college. But during that time, my mother was very absent in my life. My father tried to visit me, whenever he could, but that loneliness definitely seeped in. It just kind of destroyed my heart and, feeling abandoned by my parents and just kind of clinging on to my aunt who was doing the best that she could. Once I graduated high school, which after high school, I went to modeling school and graduated from modeling school and acting school. And I went off to college with more dreams of doing the same thing and achieving in that. And I chose to do automotive design in college. So when I started, I was really excited. I didn't think I would start a family at that time. It just wasn't on my mind. I was just really focused on achieving myself, which I think was a very big cover-up for that loneliness that was in my life. And eventually I got pregnant in college, and that was, to me, I let my aunt down, I let myself down, but I still chose to continue on with that pregnancy. I left college and went to New York City with my son's father because we were both told by both our families that we're just not supporting you. So we left and went to New York City, and that's where we became homeless together. I thought to myself, maybe if I got married or married this person, that God will step into our lives and change it and make it better and just make everything better. And so we both decided to get married. And that did not work out because the loneliness was still there. I married someone I didn't love, and eventually that just led to us separating after my son was born. He was 3 years old, and we decided to separate after that. Got to a point in my life where I felt myself falling into darkness. And it was deep darkness, and I knew I got to a point in my life where I didn't care whether the enemy took my soul or not. And that was when God stepped in. Once God had shown me that He loved me and He saved me from the enemy, because it seemed like a battle. It was a battle for my soul. And so when realizing that God really loved me and He wanted me, and He chases after those that He loves, and He chased after me, I said, this is great. There's no way I'm gonna turn back to the life I was living. I'm gonna follow you. God, I'm gonna follow you, and thank you for saving me. And from then, He changed my life. I asked God to give me a second chance at being in a marriage where I could be faithful and honor God the right way. And He did, and He brought me my best friend. So I'm newly married about 1.5 years now, close to 1.5 years, and getting ready to have my second boy due in a couple months. And it is the greatest feeling in the world, because now I know what God's love is. To show it to others and to show it to my family, and receiving that godly love from my family that I've never felt before within a family. And realizing that families do give love and they know how to love, because I've missed out on that most of my life. And so God has healed my heart, He's healed my mind, He's healed my spirit, and I'm completely renewed in Him. And that is what's given me joy to push forward, to never turn back, ever in my life. My son was born healthy, no problems, no physical, mental issues, nothing. And thanks to God for that, because God is the one that kept him safe. And he just turned 7 years old, and he'll be a big brother in February. He loves Taekwondo. He loves martial arts and does exceptionally well. He's also an achiever in school, and I'm very proud of him. He's so loving and always smiling and always joyful and happy. Even if I may be sad, he is just naturally joyful and naturally happy. And that was all God's doing. And I'm so happy to just watch him grow the way that God has allowed him to. My mother, for the first time in many, many years of not seeing her, not hearing from her, she attended my wedding along with my father. And that was such a blessing. And just trying to work with those two relationships and begin to build it. And through God's love is what has helped me to build those relationships back again.